Welcome. Today, we are going to see the story of Anissa and her son. The story unfolds during Mark and Debbie having lunch. Anissa interrupts their meal, seeking Mark's attention. She issues a threat to kill Mark's mother, compelling him to follow her into the sky. Her motive becomes clear as she attempts to persuade Mark to aid in the Viltrumite takeover. Despite her initial aggression, Anissa apologizes for her tactics. She tells Mark that the Viltrumites will transform Earth into a utopia. However, when Mark inquires about Earth's fate afterward, Anissa reveals its eventual destruction. During this intense exchange, Cecil contacts Mark about a kaiju attack on a cruise ship. Anissa seizes the opportunity to sway Mark further toward her cause by offering to assist in neutralizing the kaiju threat effortlessly. Together, Anissa and Mark successfully rescue the passengers and navigate the cruise ship to safety on an island. She asked him one last time if he would be willing to come to the Viltrumites' aid. Mark refused, and Anissa attacked. She reminded Mark that he didn't have a choice in the matter, assuring him that he had no idea how much danger he was in. She then informed him that another agent would come to check on his progress in 5 months, and she left. Later, she arrived and met with General Craig on the warship, reporting that she was unsuccessful in her attempts to sway Mark to their cause. Shortly after, Anissa spotted Alan and engaged him in combat. While she was initially shocked at his newfound strength, she still managed to beat him and subsequently hold him prisoner. However, Alan had only pretended to be unconscious to get on the ship. Afterward, we witness Anissa launching an attack on the Coalition of Planets headquarters, engaging in combat with Thetis and Tech Jacket. However, her assault is interrupted by Omniman, and she confronts him, calling him a disgrace. As the conflict escalates, Mark and Oliver destroy the Viltrumite warship, prompting Anissa to retreat alongside all the Viltrumites. Subsequently, the Coalition of Planets declares war on planet Viltrum. During the ensuing battle, Anissa focuses her efforts on confronting Omniman, showcasing her strength as one of the most formidable Viltrumites. However, her attention is diverted when Mark kills Conquest. The battle culminates in the destruction of planet Viltrum, leading to the retreat of the remaining Viltrumites once again. When Mark awakens after the battle, he has visions of the Viltrumites invading Earth and massacring everyone, including Anissa killing Eve. However, when he returns to Earth, he encounters Thrag waiting for him. Thrag proposes that the Viltrumites be allowed to stay on Earth and mate with humans to rebuild their population. Mark agrees to the offer. As time passes, Thrag becomes increasingly agitated because the Viltrumites begin to change, showing care and empathy towards the humans they mate with. Thrag discovers that Nolan is the rightful heir to the Viltrum Empire and attacks him in a fit of rage. However, before Thrag can kill Nolan, other Viltrumites intervene, questioning his actions. Once the truth is revealed, the Viltrumites exile Thrag and pledge their loyalty to Nolan. Later, we see Anissa spying on Mark while he arm wrestles with his father. She then assists him in defeating Dr. Seismic's monster. Curious about her motives, Mark confronts her and asks why she was watching them. Anissa responds by admitting that she had been observing him and unexpectedly kisses him before flying away. Mark finds himself trapped in another dimension and returns after 6 months. Upon his return, Anissa meets with him and explains that she had been searching for him during those 6 months. She reveals that she sees him as the best option for her to mate with. Despite Mark's attempts to resist, Anissa proves to be stronger than him. She takes control and mates with Mark. Afterward, she instructs him to man up and hints that it may take more than one time. Later, we witness Anissa's involvement when Robot takes over Earth, and Nolan strikes a deal with him to assume control due to the potential annihilation of all remaining Viltrumites. After these events, Mark travels back in time, and upon his return, he discovers that he was missing for 5 years, leading everyone to believe he was dead. Anissa heads to the warship, but upon her arrival, Eve launches an attack against her. The situation escalates when Nolan learns of a conflict between Mark and Anissa. He immediately confronts Anissa, grabbing her by the neck and demanding answers about her actions towards his son. Mark intervenes and saves Anissa by lying. After these events, it is revealed that Anissa has a son from Mark, but she has fallen in love with a man named Scott and has a second child with him. This revelation marks a significant change in her personality, and she becomes more open and honest, sharing everything with Scott. Later, Nolan summons Anissa and all the Viltrumites, informing them to prepare for Thrag's return. Anissa and the other Viltrumites organize an ambush for Thrag. During the ensuing battle, Anissa sacrifices herself to save Eve, sustaining severe injuries in the process. As Eve tries to save her, Anissa expresses regret for the pain she caused, but stands by her decision to mate with Mark, as it resulted in the birth of her son. With these final words, Anissa passes away. After the battle, Mark seeks out his son. Mark initially refused to accept his child. However, Mark reconsiders and forgives Anissa. During their conversation, Mark shares a story with Markus about the Viltrumite Empire. He explains that Viltrumites were a violent race led by Thrag, recounting how he too struggled with his identity before his father shed light on their history. Mark narrates his journey from a confused individual to a superhero, acknowledging his father's initial intentions to conquer Earth for the Viltrum Empire. However, Mark emphasizes how they eventually united to stop Thrag, with his father sacrificing himself in the process. As the new leader of the Viltrum Empire, Mark reflects on his responsibilities and expresses regret for not being there for Markus. He promises to visit his son whenever he returns to Earth. Markus, in turn, is shocked to discover his alien heritage. After several years, Debbie surprises Markus by introducing him to Art, who reveals that he crafted both his father's and grandfather's suits. Thrilled by this revelation, Markus gets his own suit. He soon joins forces with Monster Girl and other heroes to combat a monster, adopting the superhero name Kid Invincible. However, beneath his newfound heroism, Markus harbors deep-seated resentment towards his father, feeling overshadowed by his sister who lives with their father while he remains on Earth. Eventually, Markus confronts his father in a heated altercation. Markus tells Mark that he felt abandoned on Earth because he was made with hate because of his mother. In response, Mark explains that he left Markus on Earth to experience life like he did, expressing pride in his son's accomplishments. And that's the end. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what I do, like and subscribe.